Hi everybody, it's Faye, and I have been looking through all my stats to see what everybody seems to be looking at and quite interested in, and these tea leaf fortune cards seem to be what everybody's asking for. I think like that it's just little quick messages that people quite like, so I'm going to these and the spirit communication cards became very popular, so I'm going to start doing more of them. As you know, these are timeless, so this is August 2018, so if you don't pick this up until say maybe December or whenever, it doesn't really matter, it's when you're drawn to look at it, it will be relevant to then. And I also have to say this is August, so if one of these cards have a month, say it's April or it's June or whatever, it's for the following year, okay, the following June to come up, just in case anybody, I explain this every time I use these cards, but I don't know if a lot of people, if I wasn't to say it, I don't know if they would quite get it. So I'm going to get started. Those of you that know how this works, you will know to pause your video and really have a way to see where you are drawn. You may be drawn to 2 bundles or 3, or you can listen to the whole lot. At the end of the day, it's what you want to do. So I'll let you take your time to see where you're drawn. I'm going to be going from left to right, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and we will get started. Right, for those that have picked 1, we have the tankard. I hope we're in view here, guys. I hope you can see that okay. The tankard, skull, pig, the gavel, and the throne. Now let me have a look. Sometimes I can get drawn into, oh, and it's for September. This is going to be for, I'm assuming this September, but who knows, it could be the fall, just depends on who is looking at this. It could be for the following September. Now let me have a look. Now the tankard is a celebration time. It's for something that's came about, but when I look at this, I feel that I should be starting with these 2 here, because these are the throne, the position of authority. Either you could be getting into a position of authority, or you may be up against somebody of an authoritative figure, okay? Because the card right beside it is the gavel, and you know the gavel, it's used by a judge, okay? So the involvement with the law. So those of you that picked number 1, it looks to be that either September coming, which is next month from when I am doing this video, or the following September, you could be having some kind of legal development. Either you're going to be going to court, or maybe yourself is taking somebody else to court, or maybe you are going to be going into a legal profession, maybe becoming a lawyer or a judge or into the police force, something like that. This depends on whoever's listening to this. But the ones that, if this is the case, it looks to me that the rest of it, it could be your legal case could be due to somebody trying to swindle you out of something, because we've got the pig here and beware of greed. And I hate it when they do this about wee pigs and make them into some horrible wee creature. I don't design these cards, but the pig in these cards means to beware of greed, either by yourself not to overindulge, or somebody else trying to get more out of you than is necessary. So it looks to me this could be what this is about. When I'm also looked at this, this could also be do with your workplace. You may be feeling that you're having to go to maybe a tribunal for something, because maybe like that you're either not going to be getting what you're valued, what you expected to get in a salary, or maybe like that you're just getting, your workplace is just taking too much out of you, and you're having to go to some kind of arbitrary, to make a judgment on your work. The skull here is hidden secrets can harm you. Now, when I look at this as well, be careful that during this court case, or whatever this judgment's to be, that somebody else has got information about this and they're going to use it during this particular court case. You could be getting used against you. So try and make sure that you're aware of everything that is going to be brought up within this situation. The tankard, on the other hand, is celebration, fun and enjoyment. So whatever this situation is, it looks to be in your favour. We have the tankard, which like that, you can imagine it's time to celebrate because the judgment has came out in your favour. So that's for those that picked number 1. And that is to be for the month of September. Either this September or the one following. Those that picked number 2, the month being June, so that would be next June. This is August, remember? The cards here are the Weeping Willow, the Pineapple, Lightning. Guys, I don't know if you can see this. I'll try and move this up a bit. I don't know if I'm in full focus for everybody to see the cards. The Bow and the Boat. When I look at these cards, there could be coming up or in the month of June or round about this time, maybe from now and rolling in, family sorrow. Now it could be a family business needing to go into liquidation. It could be something within the family, a family breakup, a loss in some way. This is what this card depicts. I'm sorry guys, I don't look at these, I just put them out the way they come out, okay, so don't shoot the messenger. This is just, it could be anything that relates to a family and some kind of loss in some way, a sorrow. The card beside it is reconciliation, so that's not such a bad thing. It could be that this family sorrow, maybe a breakup, a fight has developed, when I say a fight, maybe a disagreement in a family, and it's kind of shattered the kind of the family unit. But it says here reconciliation, and as you can see, we've got this big plump pineapple that's full of, you know, ripe and goodness. So it could be that this situation, there's going to be a reconciliation to bring everybody together. It can also mean you to reconcile the fact that a situation cannot be changed and you've just got to accept the situation for what it is. Still number 2. The third card is control your anger or you will be sorry. I think in whatever situation you're in, bite your tongue. This is a warning to not overreact to something, or when I say overreact, some situations do make you get so angry that you feel you've got to lash out, but this is telling you not to, because you could live to regret it. A situation could be looking in a particular way, but underneath it isn't, and if you overreact, it can make it escalate. And I've got a feeling when I look at these cards, this is maybe what's already happened. This has maybe been what's caused this family rift or whatever it is in this family, because in the past something has been completely erupted out and it didn't have to. Because I have got the Bow here, and this depicts that you are very well thought of. That doesn't matter, it's a bow, but it doesn't actually matter if it's male or female, it doesn't matter. There's a person around you that thinks the world of you, and I think they will help you get through whatever this a stressful time that it will be. There's going to be somebody there that has your back and who will help you through this, because they think the world of you. And we've got the Boat here, which is, I'm so glad that this is actually finishing up quite in a nice way. Money or property through either an inheritance, winning, or a huge windfall. So for as much as we had this bit of sorrow at the beginning, it looks like something really good is coming in for those that picked number 2. Don't go mad and go crazy and buy gamble or anything, but you know, a little flutter or something. Never gamble what you can't afford to lose. So who knows, if you buy a lottery ticket or maybe take a wee flutter at something, you know, it could pay off for you. Take a wee gamble on something, but as I said, never gamble what you can't afford to. So that's for number 2, and that's for June. I'm assuming it is June that's coming up for 2019. Those that picked number 3, this will be relating to July, so July of next year. We have the vulture, flute, haystack, unicorn, bread. Good way to finish off. Right, for the month of July of next year, let's see, the vulture. There could be a time around you, those that pick number 3, of feeling a bit anxious or worrying about something. Okay? You could be feeling that somebody is against you and deliberately working against your wishes for some reason. Be careful of your thoughts when I say the vulture, okay? It could lead to a very deep depressive mindset. I'm wondering if this, we'll look at the rest of the cards, but I'm wondering if this is somebody that's close to you, because it would seem to me that if they're working against you, then you know who they are. Beside that, we have the flute. Now you can see the flute here lying beside a vase, and it looks, if you can look really closely, the vase, the flowers look like they're dying. Okay, and that to me signifies that the beauty and the music has basically stopped for whatever reason. Maybe going back to this card here, and it says here, disappointment in a friend or a lover. There you go. I feel that whoever picked number 3, you're having doubts about somebody's sincerity towards you. Whether it be a friend, well, someone that you've regarded as being a good friend, or someone that is your lover, or somebody who's been your lover. Somebody close, you're going to have to work out whether they are working for whatever reason, whatever this means to you, working against you. Do you feel they're maybe giving you bad advice in something? Maybe getting you to invest in something that just doesn't appear to be in your best interest? The haystack beside this, now what does it say for it? Oh, karma, there you go. You will reap what you have sown. Now this works both ways. When I look at this here, the flute and those 2 cards there, karma works both ways. If you have planted good seeds, as in did good deeds, and tried to be a decent human being, like hopefully the majority of people do, then this will come back to you. Okay, so this situation would get itself sorted out. This person, this situation won't be able to get the better of you. But if you've been playing underhanded and you have maybe not been quite as honest either, this will show at this particular time. This will start to will come back to you. So always be careful. Always do things within the, well, you know, I don't like to start lecturing about being moral values. I mean, we all make mistakes, but if you genuinely know that you're wrong, then I'd be very careful, because things have got a way to come back and biting you in the butt. The unicorn. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Well, like that, I think it will be a time for you to actually sit back and using it. And everybody has it. Everybody has their own deeper knowing when something just isn't right and when something needs changed. So listen to that. If you start to think that someone's trying to guide you in a way that doesn't feel right to you, and you think this just doesn't, it feels alien to you, then use your own intuition. Because if you start planting bad seeds because of somebody else's what's the word I'm looking for? If somebody else is trying to take you in a particular way that's harming yourself and others, you can't blame them, because if you've known yourself that you're doing wrong, then that's the karma you're going to get back. But after all this said and done, whoever's picked number 3 makes me feel that you're going to be triumphant in this. You're going to do the right thing. You're not going to be led down the wrong path, because we've got bread here, and bread is the table with the loaf on it of the family, feeding the family. Periods of prosperity and abundance. So it looks like the seeds that you've sown is going to pay off for you in a good way. Okay, whatever it is that you have done is going to pay off in the month of July. Whatever that means to you, whether you've been working really hard towards something and really put in the extra hours, or you've invested in something that has paid off. But whatever it is, abundance is coming to whoever has picked number 3. Thank goodness for that, because it started off a bit rough. They all have, actually. Let me see. Number 3. Number 4 for the month of March. We have scissors, fly, ink pot, flowers, leg. Right, for those that's picked number 4, we have scissors here, and the scissors would say that something that you've been working towards, or something in your life, is going to be quite disappointing, right? And I don't know, everybody's different, whatever that means to you, a relationship, a job, a new move, whatever it is going to maybe not live up to what you thought it was going to be. But also I think here as well we've got the fly. And when I look at this, I wonder if maybe you've been doing something that you've thought is going to be beneficial to your health or your well-being, okay? Because the card beside it is the fly, and the fly would say, if you can see, it's a horrible looking thing. Here's a glass of wine with the red wine, and there's stale bread and everything all right, and about a period of ill health or depression. So when I look at this, I'm thinking to myself, you really need to start looking at your physical health or your mental health. There's something that you're not taking care of. You've either really let your diet go, maybe indulging too much in smoking and drinking and what have you, and it's warning you that you really have to start taking precautions to look out for your own well-being. Now I'm wondering, even if you have taken up what you would regard as a healthy fad diet or something, and it could actually be making you feel worse. So be careful of your health. The ink pot here is, it says problems to be resolved. Now I'm wondering like that, if it is something that you have came down with, there's something maybe within your health that you really need to have looked at. And you know, at the end of the day, it's up to you to do that. There's something that you've got to resolve, some kind of problem, and I'm still taking it back to your health. And I think when I see the ink pot, I think it's going to be a time where you will. I think you're going to have a kind of almost a light bulb moment where you're just going to go, do you know, I'm going to stop doing X, Y and Z, whatever it is, and completely change. I feel like there's going to be a change in your overall outlook of how you're living, whether it be your diet or whatever. You're going to question your medication. You're going to really start taking responsibility for your own health, because nobody else will. Get the flowers. The flowers here is a great wee card. I mean, look at it. We've got this beautiful wee bird sitting on a branch. It's full of beautiful flowers, and it says happiness. So it looks like a period of really great feeling that you're on top of the world, okay? You feel just fabulous. You're going to come out of this feeling of being depressed, mentally, maybe a bit sick. It's going to work out for you the best possible way, because you've caught whatever this drudgery is. You've caught it in time. and we have the leg here, stepping into a new experience. So a whole new perspective is going to come about for you, those that pick number 4. It's a time for change. It's a time to completely bag everything that no longer served you, and time to move on to a better place, a better footing. If you look here, it's a really good strong leg. Don't know if it's male or female, it doesn't really matter, but it's well formed and well structured, that you're going to feel maybe more even stable in your life, without any more feelings of being you're not quite sure where you're going or how things are going to work out. I feel this is going to be a time where you are going to start putting your best foot forward and taking responsibility for your health, mental and physical well-being, and it basically looks like a great time is going to be had for those that pick number 4. Health is going to start getting better, and even your thought process. It's going to be a time for you to start looking after yourself. Right, that's for everybody. I hope you've enjoyed that. Oh, by the way, that's for March, those that pick number 4. I hope you've enjoyed that. It's very quick. Don't like these big long videos, start to get a bit tedious. I hope you enjoyed. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. If you would just do the wee bell, hit the wee bell, then you'll always be you'll be notified. I can't even speak. Notified of when new videos go out. Right guys, hope to speak to everybody later. Bye bye.